It was a beautiful morning in Florida once again, and Redford was ready to go for his morning walk. We wanted to get this in as early as we could before too much of the campground started to wake up because things were filling up. We had RVs on either side of us. The row across from us was full now. It was spring break in Florida, so things were a little busy, but the Suwannee River was looking extra beautiful this morning. The last few days had been quite busy and just a lot of activity and noise in the campground, but the nice thing was that if I got up early and walked down to the river, I could still enjoy a bit of peace and quiet and just soaking in nature, which is why we like to go camping. But as the campground started to wake up and things came to life, we decided it was time to go out and explore the area. Today's Saturday, and it is very busy in the campground. It's like night and day from the weekday. We were just hanging out at the campsite a lot of days, and it was so quiet. And we had so much space around us. I feel like we got really spoiled. And then today we woke up to lots of random screaming and people just being entirely too loud and, you know, blasting their music, which is like our least favorite thing when we're camping. I don't know why people need to do that. I don't understand it. Headphones. So anyway, we're gonna go out for the day because I think that'll just be better. We're gonna go explore, drive around, check out a couple towns that we want to look at, like Madison and Perry, and kind of see what the area is all about. So that's the Saturday plan.
Get out of camp.
Get out of camp. Go, go, go. Suwannee River Rendezvous is in the town of Mayo, and they have a cute little downtown. Oh, that's a sandwich place.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's like a bar or something right there too.
Got a pharmacy. We really like that these small towns still exist in northern Florida. You have a small pharmacy, a little grocery store, a sandwich shop, just a couple little things, no chains. Utter delight ice cream.
Yeah.
Today was our driving around and exploring day. We wanted to see what some of the surrounding towns look like in northern Florida. We went through Perry, which is a little bit closer toward the Gulf Coast, and then we continued up north. We were going to do a big loop around through Monticello and Madison. Right now we're on 19 North, going toward Monticello or Monticello, I don't know. But it's interesting because there's actually hills here. It's not as flat as it is like out in Mayo. There's actually some pretty good up and down hills here. Kind of nice, and some pretty properties. A lot of swampy areas, so definitely something to keep an eye on, but some really nice pretty properties. We did stop and look at a couple properties as we were driving around today. A lot of them were located in a flood zone or for one reason or another did not check all the boxes of what we're looking for, but it gave us a much better idea of what this part of Florida looks like, and we were very pleasantly surprised by this adorable little town of Monticello. And the central circle has the building that was inspired by Thomas Jefferson's home, which we were able to visit a couple years ago, if you remember that video. Yeah, this looks like the downtown. Kind of cool. Restaurants and stuff.
Small park all around.
Vintage place, yeah. Yeah, this is a little bit more walkable than Live Oak. We found the downtown area of Monticello, and it looks really cute. We're gonna walk around. There's actually a free municipal parking lot, and looks like some little shops and things. So we're probably gonna walk around, maybe try and find somewhere for lunch, but we just have to figure it out with the dog, so maybe get takeout. I don't know, we'll see if we can find any dog-friendly places. We enjoyed walking around the downtown. It was surprising to see how much history was in this little town. They have one of the highest collections of homes that are on the historical register that date back to the 19th century. And walking around the downtown, they have a bunch of little shops and specialty stores. They were getting ready for some sort of a festival later that day. I wish we had been there when they were doing that, but we were glad that we stopped here and just saw what they have to offer. This is Greenville, so we're kind of halfway in between Monticello and Madison. Looks like a much smaller town. Yeah, Perry's.
Adventure bikes.
Oh, wow. We've seen a lot of adventure bikes. I'm surprised. This is like I've never would have thought of this as like a riding destination. I mean, I get it because it's beautiful driving around here. Never, what?
I have to get my bike back.
After walking around Monticello, we continued across to Madison, which is a little bit larger, and we hope to have better luck finding somewhere to eat with the dog. A vet. There you go. Take you to get your shots, Redford?
Get your shots.
Oh, Winn-Dixie, so we got a food store. Yeah. We weren't sure what to expect from Madison. We had seen a couple of videos online when we were doing our research ahead of time, but you never really know until you go somewhere, and we ended up being really surprised how much we liked this area. Oh, it's like a fair. How neat.
You want to check it out?
Yeah.
Florida Heritage.
Okay.
Real estate.
Ah. Really cool.
Why is it like a fair day today?
Because they have great weather.
That's true. Gonna bring my dude.
Ooh, they have like vegetables and stuff.
Yeah. Is it just a Saturday thing?
Maybe it's like their farmer's market.
Yeah.
We walked around the park and checked out some of the vendors. They had all sorts of stuff. Some of them had produce or food. There were crafts, jewelry, clothes, all different things, and vendors from northern Florida and parts of Georgia. I ended up getting 2 different types of jelly, one of which I've never heard of. It's apparently a local specialty. This is so neat. I really like this little town. Very southern feeling.
Yeah.
People are so friendly. It would be easy to drive through Madison and go right past the downtown area and not realize that this is over here. But across the street from that park, there's this cute little downtown with lots of little shops and stores to explore. We even found a vintage store that was dog friendly. We found a coffee shop. It's a bookstore. You never see a bookstore. It was a little later in the day at this point, so several of the stores were closed. They tend to close early because it's a small town. This is very cute though. Like just walking around.
Yeah. There's a police department. It's cool. Just want to walk down.
Yeah. The town of Madison was founded in 1838, and it has a lot of historic buildings, just like some of the other towns in this area. And it played an important role in the development of agriculture and industry here. They have this museum here, which unfortunately is closed. What are the hours? Maybe if we come back to look at that property. Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 2, Saturday, closed Sunday, Monday. Oh, okay, they close at 2 today. Yeah. That's a bit of an adjustment when you're in a more rural area. You have to keep in mind things are not open as long as we're used to because it's a small town. We were still on the lookout for something to eat. It was getting later in the day and we hadn't eaten yet. There's so many little shops and antique places, and then you got this historic house over here. It's a very cool downtown. We decided to wait until 4 o'clock when C&D Bistro opened up because they had very good reviews and their menu looked tasty. It seems like a good little local spot. A lot of people coming out. We got some takeout from C&D Bistro. Very popular. All right. What kind of burger is it?
Bistro burger.
Bistro burger. And they got fish tacos. Figure it's part of our local research in coleslaw. We have to make sure there's good places to eat in the area. The bistro's outdoor deck was actually dog friendly, and there were a couple people out there eating with their dog. So we could have done that, but we wanted to get on our way back to the campsite. We're gonna try this Mayo jelly that I got at that farmer's market yesterday. It says, well, it's handmade in southern Georgia, but this is something I've never heard of before. And when I was talking to the woman at the stand, she said it's like a special kind of fruit they have, kind of like a crab apple, and they only get it once a year. And she said to put it on toast with cream cheese and then the jelly on top. So that's what we're doing. I always like when I can try something new, especially if it's a local specialty. No, get back. Get back. Even Redford was interested in this one, but no jelly for the dog. So I've got a very light, sweet flavor.
Okay, good.
Yeah, good. It's getting ready to thunder again. And last time we left the sides of the gazelle open, and we were hoping just the top would protect the stuff in the middle, and it did. The stuff in the middle didn't get wet. We threw our chairs and stuff in here. That was fine. But we put the sides down on all of them today, and we're just going to see how that goes. I know if it floods, the water can still get in, but we're going to try it this way and just see how good it is at keeping the water out. I'm glad we got the floor for the gazelle because it does keep it cleaner in there. You don't have as much dirt, but when it rains the way that it rains in Florida, which is it pours really hard, and you'll have just an inch or so of sitting water that's just kind of on the ground, it gets into the gazelle. If they had a bathtub bottom, that would solve that problem. So that would be my recommendation to gazelle. Make a bathtub floor for the tent. It would work so much better. How are you doing? Good? You cozy? Alright, good. No, we're staying inside. You're fine. The rain is just starting to slow down. It poured all night, and I think that was the strongest thunderstorm we've ever had, like shaking the ground. So Redford has decided he doesn't want to be a dog today, and I made a special treat for breakfast since we're just hanging out inside. French toast with cream cheese and the other jelly that we got, which is peach cardamom, and this one's my favorite. It's like a little bit spicy. It's really good. So, but it should stop raining in a little while, and then we're gonna see how the gazelle did, because it rained, man. It was a Florida thunderstorm. That wasn't a New Jersey thunderstorm. It was kind of crazy, but neat. This is the Veterans Park in downtown Mayo, which is gorgeous. These trees, can't even, so pretty. It's a 54. Yeah, that rain cooled it off significantly. I mean, it is chilly today. I've got my long sleeves and my vest on. It's chilly, but at least the sun's out. Yeah, that's the difference. But I'll take a couple cool days. It'll be back in the 80s soon. I'm so impressed with the parks here. Just like the normal town park is so pretty. Not quite sure what this is. Like a settler's cabin. On the other side of the building is a water trough and a little sign that says that that was the original source of water for this town back in the day. So maybe this is a replica of one of their houses. We're not really sure. I wonder if it's ever opened. There's the water trough, and it was moved from its original location to this spot in the park for preservation when they built the highway that went through the area. The oak trees in the south are just amazing. The shapes and the moss hanging off of them, they are beautiful. I could look at them all day. Even in just this normal little county park, you have these incredibly amazing trees. Thank you so much for coming along with us for this part of our exploration of northern Florida. Make sure you are subscribed. We have a lot more coming up, and we will see you in the next one. And a special thank you to our Patreon members who help keep these videos coming.
The next president to be, the news and what you hear, your career. It's time for you to face those fears, and it's all fair to be aware, and I'll be there. So don't be scared. Just take a deep breath of air. And 1, 2, 3 to 10, you begin to focus again. And though time flies, we'll have enough to realize this bigger than the both of us.